Yeah, how's it going, people? Today we're going to be talking about depopulation again, and it's going to be a part two to what I did last time. The video I did last time, excuse me. But today, what I want to go into detail is about how the elites had that 500 million mark to get the population down to 500 million. And what I was thinking about and what I was researching was what would be the best way to do that, right? I was thinking how the enemy would think, so we know how to prepare, you know what I mean? So I was just thinking, man, and I was thinking about these hoaxes, these shootings, and I was thinking about weather warfare and other stuff with the NWO, like putting chemicals in our food and our water. But then I was just like, hold up. I went back to weather warfare because weather warfare can wipe out towns, cities, you know what I mean, states. You know what I mean? Excuse me. But weather warfare can wipe out masses of people pretty quickly, you know what I mean? Hurricanes and tornadoes are real, and earthquakes can really do a toll on people and just wipe out like entire cities if powerful enough, which I'm sure they definitely know how to do it and control it. I'm positive of that, but I feel like weather warfare is their number one tool in a way, because it's neutral, you know what I mean? It's no race war, it's none of that. It's, you know what I mean? It's not a shooting where you can be like, oh, these people are these certain type of people are sick. But with the weather, man, with the weather warfare, how people look at it in the Matrix, they look at it like, oh, it's just another storm, and it's just an unfortunate thing, you know what I mean? Which it is. But when you step outside of the Matrix and actually see like where it's coming from and who's behind it, you're just like, oh, junk. You're just like, wow, these people are creating these storms, you know what I mean? And man, I think weather warfare is a huge part, a huge role that is just gonna keep increasing, because that's one thing, you know what I mean? People are so like, people won't admit that the government, NASA, can control and make storms out of thin air using heart and CERN, but they can. But that's one thing. That's another thing, you know what I mean, that people just cannot get their ego, their pride, and their minds around. So they're just gonna keep feeding into the Matrix, like, oh, it's hurricane season, oh, it's this season, it's that season. This stuff always happens, when it's not true, you know what I mean? 2017 was a groundbreaking year for weather events, you know what I mean? We had those hurricanes, 333, you know what I mean? Come on, man, like, it's patterns. The devil works with patterns. All these people, all these satanic people work with numbers and patterns, because God, the Most High God in Christ, works with numbers and patterns. And you know, anything about that fight and that battle and this war that we're living in that we can't see, or only certain people can see, is that the devil always wants to copy God and twist God, and twist, or I should say this, the devil always wants to copy God, but he also wants to twist it because he hates God, you know what I mean? He wants to copy God to mock God. He doesn't want to be like God. He thinks he is God, you know what I mean? So, what was I talking about? Depopulation. So, let me see. So I believe, yeah, like we was talking about, I believe they're going to use weather warfare a lot more, even more than they used it this year, going into 2018, you know. What else? Them putting chemicals in our foods. I think people will admit to that. There's more people admitting and acknowledging that fact than people admitting to weather warfare and excuse me. Than people admitting to weather warfare. I mean, people are just not. They just can't get their head wrapped around that these people can control these storms. When I say these people, I'm talking about the satanic system. I'm talking about Satan and the satanic system and everyone that works under Satan. And they know who they are, and I'm their enemy. So I'm going to keep exposing this stuff. I'm going to have a lot more videos dropping. This is just a part 2 to depopulation. I'm going to keep going on for a little bit more because I kind of want to get into the food thing. Even though I already made a video on it. But it's always good to keep putting truth out there in any which way for the people. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the food right now. A lot of foods out here, a lot of sugary foods most likely and do have high fructose corn syrup, which basically causes diabetes and cancer, but no one knows that because the government says it's okay to eat. It's okay for human consumption, right? It's on the back of these labels, right? So it should be good to eat, right? It should be good to drink, right? Nah. This shit is straight garbage. What they're doing is they're mocking us. They're like, we're gonna put this poison on the back of a label. And if y'all are too lazy to look it up and see what it really is and put it in your body, then the joke's on you, you fucking idiots. That's what they're saying. And the joke is on us because we're too prideful, we're too lazy, we're too busy to go research this stuff. This stuff, we're drinking poison, man. Fluoride in the water, high fructose corn syrup, and every freaking thing out here in cereal, and Sprite, and Coca-Cola, and anything out here. It's crazy. Anything you can't pronounce on the back, like, I don't know, man, but anything red 40 dye or whatever, man, you should not be putting that shit in your body. You know? But it's basically like, pick your poison out here. You gotta pick one thing, you know? The devil's gonna try and get you with one of them, if not more than one, but it's hard, you know? That's why we gotta stay grounded in the word, and we gotta abide by God's commandments. But I'm gonna end the video right here. This is part 2 of depopulation. God bless you all and your families. Shalom.